The Plague Village, the Plague or the Black Death, impacted many places in England, especially the capital London. However, there is one small village in Derbyshire called Eyam, historically remembered for its heroic efforts to stop the spread of the contagion. The bubonic plague was a devastating disease in medieval Europe, known for its black spots on the skin, swollen glands, vomiting, headaches, and death. Between 1346 to 1353, the disease claimed the lives of approximately 100 million people worldwide, nearly a quarter of the global population. In 1665 to 1666, the plague reappeared in London, killing around 100,000 people despite being a smaller outbreak compared to the previous one. The plague reached Eyam, located 35 miles southeast of Manchester, in the summer of 1665. It arrived when a London trader sent a flea-infested cloth to the village's tailor, Alexander Hatfield. George Vickers, Hatfield's assistant, accidentally opened the cloth bundles and hung them by the fireplace to dry, inadvertently releasing the plague-carrying fleas. Within a week, Vickers died, followed shortly by his entire family. As the disease began to spread throughout the village, panic ensued, and some villagers suggested fleeing. However, the village had a brave leader named William Mompesson, who intervened and convinced the villagers to stay to prevent the disease from spreading to neighboring villages. The villagers agreed and began a self-imposed quarantine, which meant certain death for many of them. A boundary of stones was placed around the village, and all villagers, even those in good health, pledged not to cross it. Neighboring villages provided food and support, leaving supplies at the stone boundary, and the villagers would leave money in water-filled troughs to avoid direct contact. Today, these boundary stones in Mompesson's well still exist. Besides quarantine, villagers took additional steps to limit the spread within the village. The church was moved to a location beside the graveyard, and many families had to bury their relatives. Bodies were dragged by the feet to avoid contact with the deceased. After 14 months, the plague vanished, leaving only 260 of the village's inhabitants alive. Their isolation significantly prevented thousands of deaths in England. Today, plaques and memorials around the village commemorate the villagers' great sacrifice.